Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have some news in the cryptocurrency space over the past day or two. Now before I begin, none of this is financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. So the talk of the town is Donald Trump's tweet or his tirade against Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies in general, and he even took a swipe at Facebook Libra. So this daily hodl piece just touches on that in addition to further information about Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Stellar and Tron. But let's begin here. From the potential impact of President Trump's push against Bitcoin to the potential impact of Facebook's Libra on Ethereum, here's a look at some of the stories breaking the world of crypto. Tom Lee from Fundstrat Global Advisors. So he and other crypto influencers say that Trump's recent tirade against Bitcoin has actually been, will be positive for the cryptocurrency industry in general, and he still believes that Bitcoin price will reach $40,000 by the end of 2019. Ambitious for some, but anything could happen in the next 5.5 months. I'll provide a link to this in the description, and I'll jump over to Donald Trump's tweets. Let's just, for brevity, here we go. There's the tweet, and I do quote, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money, and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity." And quote there. He continues above, and I quote again, "Similarly, Facebook Libra's virtual currency, in air quotes, will have little standing or dependability. If Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations, just like other banks." And the quote there. A shout out to John from the USA who brought this to my attention. My opinion on all of this, if Trump weren't threatened by Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, he wouldn't post about this. It's the same with any other commentator in the space, let alone in general. If you don't care, you just don't bother talking about it, you don't bring attention to it. He is threatened by the rise of crypto. In addition to that, he is threatened that, I guess, Bitcoin could replace the US dollar, and then there are other countries, so China, for example, which is rising in power. I'm not going to go into my thoughts and opinions about that, and I want to draw your attention to the level of debt as well. This is another big issue in the States, and I'll only touch on this for those not looking at the screen. It's a list of all of the data related to national debt and GDP and revenue, so on and so forth, on the US Debt Clock website there. And to the defense of the USA, this is a global issue. Everyone is responsible for this and they're contributing to it. I also want to mention here, there is a graph from the International Monetary Fund pointing out the history of debt since 1950 and how it's been rising to unsustainable levels, with the rest of the world, according to this, really contributing to a lot of debt. And then there are issues with hyperinflation and all these other monetary issues. You're probably wondering, what's the point? Why am I mentioning this? This all ties in with Bitcoin and Trump's push against it, because many people are concerned. I think this is good for cryptocurrency. And as a quick side note here, surprise, surprise, John McAfee comes to the defense of Bitcoin with a bit of irony in there as well. So this article from CCN, I'll let you read through it. That's my opinion in a nutshell. What are your thoughts about this? I look forward to your feedback. Let's move on to the next article here. Binance to burn over $2.5 billion of its Binance Coin or BNB stash. So yesterday, Binance completed its 8th quarterly burn of BNB. With this move, the exchange follows its commitment to reduce the token supply periodically. And then input from Changpeng Zhao there, and I do quote, "Today, on behalf of the Binance team, I am announcing that we will give up all of our BNB allocations and contribute towards our commitment to burning a total of 100 million BNB. This commitment starts during today's quarterly burn, during which about 808,000 BNB, currently worth at approximately 23.8 US million, is being burnt," end quote. In other words, 40% of the total BNB supply that belonged to the Binance team from now on will become part of the cycle of periodic token burning that the company maintains. And then the article goes on there. Here's a video there with Changpeng Zhao. Unfortunately, I can't play it for copyright reasons. So jumping over to Live Coin Watch, Binance has benefited from this. We can see the uptick there, which has picked up more than the other cryptos over the past couple of days. Having a look at the prices for the past week, we can see the big jump up there that happened on Friday. So good signs. It's still 20% down from its all-time high of just under $40 per BNB. But the price this year, for perspective, has really picked up despite the bear market. I mean, it was dropping, but then since the beginning of 2019, it's just kept on growing. Unlike the rest of the market, which hasn't really taken off. Bitcoin has picked up again, but Binance Coin has really solidified its spot in the top 10. And on this note, I do want to point out here, this is from Binance's blog. So an update about the token burns and information about the previous burns that occur every quarter and will continue to do so, as mentioned in the article, until there is a supply of 100 million Binance coins. Let's have a look at where we are now. So currently 141 million in circulation, total supply of 189 million. Based on this, I guess being deflationary with the restricted supply over time, this should help the price increase in the years to come. As a quick side note, I'll provide a link to my Binance Coin prediction video for you to watch in your own time. Moving on to the next article, Wibson, I've not heard of them before today, reduces up to 99% of the Ethereum gas cost, solving scaling issues. According to this AMB crypto article here, the Wibson team released a batch payment technology that benefits the blockchain community as it reduces transaction and operational costs that can improve the economic viability of hundreds of Ethereum-based projects. One of the greatest challenges for the viability and scaling of blockchain networks is managing the cost of gas, the payments that receive third parties for the verification of the smart contracts transactions. As a quick side note, with Ethereum, you've got Ethereum tokens, and then you've got gas being used for transactions, whereas we've got Ethereum used for smart contracts and dApps and all of that. And it's the same with VeChain. VeChain has its gas equivalent, or VTHO. And yesterday I released a VeChain video if you're interested in that. Moving down the article, just summarizing the key points here. So it says here that this batch payment code, which is a new Ethereum blockchain protocol, will apparently reduce the transaction costs for by up to 99%, and then can allow various Ethereum-based projects to exponentially scale. So this has been a big issue in the space with scalability, and I guess the speed of Ethereum. It ties in with plasma and sharding, which will help increase the amount of transactions that can be handled and the speed of these as well. We've got Casper, which is the proposed proof of work and proof of stake hybrid. We've been waiting for, and it's been highly anticipated for the past 12 to 18 months. And I have a separate video about Ethereum and its price predictions as well. Plenty for you to watch after this if you're interested. More information in the link. And to finish up, we have the cryptocurrency prices for today. They're currently down about 2 to 4% overall. Bitcoin is holding at just above 11,000. The market cap as well, just above 200 billion, and its dominance sitting at 65%. Chainlink, which is up nearly 10%, making strides to solidify its spot in the top 20 there. Had a huge boost about a week or two ago, so let's see what happens there. New entrant there. Crypto.com down 17%. Agrecia, I don't know much about it, to be honest, up 9%. Raven Coin, see, do your own research before even potentially investing in these. Again, I always encourage you to look further into this before even considering it. And that's pretty much it in the top 50. As I said, mostly down 2 to 3%, but you've got those exceptions. What are your thoughts on Trump's tirade? And I forgot to mention before, the term I use for the crypto haters, I call them the Bitcoin bashers and the anti-crypto crusaders. So we've had Warren Buffett, unless Justin Sun can convince him otherwise. There's Nouriel Roubini. Donald Trump is now in the list, and many others. How could I forget Jamie Dimon as well? What are your thoughts about content that I've covered in this video, or anything else that you would like to see me cover as well? You're more than welcome to give your 2 cents and make some suggestions as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you think it's useful, share it with someone else who you believe will benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the bell icon to stay up to date with my latest videos. I'll be launching something when I get to 100 subscribers. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Saturday here, so as a quick side note, I tend to post more on the weekends because of my workload. That's a wrap. Thank you again, and I will speak to you all soon. Have a good day. See ya.